John Wick has returned for another chapter. Did the film hit the mark? Let's find out. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is directed by Chad Stahelski, and this is the third installment in the John Wick saga, in which we follow the hitman by the name of John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves. And this film also features reprising roles from Ian McShane, Lawrence Fishburne, as well as new characters played by Halle Berry, and so much more. And the film takes place exactly right after the events of the previous film, as a bounty has been put in John Wick's head due to whatever he did in the previous film, which I'm not going to spoil in case you guys have not seen it. And I'm just going to start off with the cast first and foremost. This film has amazing, and it really have a very diverse cast. And if you want to mute it for 30 seconds right now, because I'm gonna say a bunch of names in case you don't want to get spoiled. But Angelica Houston, Jason Mantzoukas, Asia Kate Dillon, Mark Dacascos, Hiroki Sanada, Jerome Flynn from Game of Thrones, Yayan Ruhian of The Raid, as well as Cecep Arif Rahman also from The Raid, and Boban Marjanovic, the NBA player with the giant hands. So that cast alone, that's spectacular cast. I love the casting, it have diversity, and it really pays off in terms of the story and in terms of the action sequence. And let's just start with the action sequence, obvious first. Was the action sequence any good? Did it live up to the previous films? As you all know, John Wick is known for his gun fu and his violent action. Did it live up? Oh hell yes, it lives up. The gun fu is back, the hand-to-hand combat is, I would say, better than ever. And aside from that, there are so much more. There are actions involving horses. There are action sequences with knives. There are action sequences with dogs. There are action sequences on motorcycles. I feel like this is the most action-packed John Wick we've seen so far. There is also diversity, not in terms of just fighting style, but with the diverse cast, as I said earlier. And the choreography is off the charts. They have topped their action more than I could have thought they did. And just in terms of the gore factor and the violence, they nails it in a way which it gives the audience something to react to. When I was watching the film, there are several scenes which are like super gory and disturbing, and I thought I was the only one who was going like, oh god, but I can hear the audience like audibly like also grunting like, oh no, or they're like, oh, like enjoying in laughter. So the action sequence with the choreography and the camera work was very well executed, and at the same time very entertaining. They managed to make something so violent and not pleasing to look at very entertaining, which helps expand the story and expand the characters. And talking about the action sequence, we gotta talk about the visual style. This film really have a distinct style. I believe it's due to the world building that they have set up since the first film. But it's the camera work. First of all, they did a good job in the cinematography. One action sequence in particular that I love involves a motorcycle. And the way the camera moves so smoothly, moving back and forth in that whole action sequence was really good. There are several like long tracking shots, not to the point like it's very long, but there are tracking shots of action sequence which I feel like was very well executed. They also have a unique color palette in different situations. If it's like more of a European vibe, they have more like royal colors, green, purple kind of thing, gold. If it's more if it's more New York, there's more city color. So they use their color palette really well to express the situation and the scenario of the film. And also there are lots of unique music choices, which it's I would say if you've seen the John Wick film, there are a lot of like Christianity vibe kind of thing in terms of the culture of it. So there are several like classic Christianity songs, I guess. It's more classics, more Mozart, I guess. I don't know why I brought up Christianity, but there are like several of those vibe of music, which is interesting in a like very violent film. So in addition to that, you might just think, oh, just pure action. Is it like pure seriousness? There are comedy in this film. There are moments which make you laugh. Either it's a callback to our previous films or just genuine, pure laughter, because there are scenes that are really funny. And one of my favorite scenes, as you all know, I'm Indonesian. One of my favorite scenes involve the two Indonesian actors, Cecep Arif Rahman and Yayan Ruhian, in which they speak Bahasa Indonesia. And I understood that reference. And they make fun of John Wick, and apparently John Wick knows back. So it's hilarious, and Keanu Reeves did a fantastic job nailing John Wick. Ever since the first film, he's done a good job in it. The second film, he's done better, and he really nails the character. The top 3 characters for me of Keanu Reeves is Neo from Matrix, of course, Ted from Bill and Ted, and this one, John Wick, which all are quite different characters, and I really cannot see anyone else playing this character. Keanu Reeves really nails the performance, and also the way Tom Cruise is known for how the way he runs. John Wick have a certain... It's Keanu Reeves' running style. Either you've seen Point Break or whatever. He has a certain running style which I just truly enjoy. And Halle Berry also did a fantastic job in this film, playing a old friend of John Wick. She did an awesome performance involving lots of actions, lots of gun fu as well, lots of dogs. So yeah, that's a treat for you. And the last thing that I want to add on is the world building. As I said, they set it up from the first film to the second film to the third film. They really expand on the world building even more now. The first film, they just focus on USA, mostly New York. Second film, they expand a bit to Europe. And now they even expanded even more to other parts of the world, which I'm not going to spoil. But they really expand the world building, the lore of everything. It's not just an action flick, guys. There are lore and everything, which makes what a franchise is. It makes a good franchise. And overall, this film is just pure fun action summer blockbuster. But it's not just the action that's fantastic, but the characters are entertaining, the story is great, it is intriguing, it makes you react either by just the action scene or whatsoever. And it have great choices and visual styles of camera work and music. And with that, I would give John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum an 8.6. Guys, have you seen John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum? Have you not? Tell me in the comment section below. If you have not seen the film, tell me if you like the John Wick franchise, the first and second. If you have seen the film, tell me what your thoughts of the film down in the comment section below. This is definitely among my top favorite films of the year that I have seen so far. And yeah, there are several surprises in this film in terms of casting or just character beats, and I really enjoyed it. So I recommend you guys check it out. And if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see the channel to grow, all you have to do is click the like button below. I make movie reviews like this on a weekly basis, especially summertime. I'm hoping to do more reviewing all the summer blockbusters. I do trailer reactions. I also have a podcast called the Councilmen podcast. This week we're going to focus on Game of Thrones, the season finale. Are you guys excited for it? Because I am. So stay tuned for my Councilmen podcast. Check it out on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find podcasts. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JAViraDharma. So yeah guys, until next time, ciao out.